MariGayle, and welcome to episode 4 of Spartickes Knits. This is Tuesday, July 22nd, 2014, and thank you for stopping by. My name again is MariGayle, but I am the lead dyer, only worker, unless you count my daughter, who sometimes works, for Spartickes Dyes, which is a home-based, hand-dyed yarn business. But I also do project bags, and I also started making stitch markers, so it's not really just hand-dyed yarn, but knitting needs. That's what I do. And so I am Spartickes, even though I am MariGayle. And thank you so much for joining me. If you have been here before, you're used to me getting right to the point. I don't really do too much chit-chat because I want you to be able to use your time wisely. I know that sometimes I get overwhelmed with how many podcasts I want to watch, so I usually get right to the point. That being said, it's 2 minutes in, and I'm going to tell you that this podcast today, this episode, is probably going to be a little different because I don't have very much knitting to talk about. But I do have one FO. Ta-da! This is the SABLE Scowl by Galati, and you have seen it before. I've been working on it for probably a couple months now. It is not blocked. The ends are woven in, but I haven't trimmed them because I haven't blocked it yet. And I, quite frankly, I'm not sure how well I'm going to block it because I made lots of mistakes. I can knit stockinette or garter stitch, no problem when I'm talking to people, but apparently a really easy pattern like this throws me for a loop. So I made some mistakes, and so I'm not going to block it too severely. The only thing that I might change if I make this again is it gives the option of, let me see, here's the lace pattern right here, and it gives the option, like you increase in the middle, and it gives the option of increasing the lace pattern, and I didn't. I just knit straight, which I like. I think it looks really good. Josie's here. But I think next time I probably would do the lace pattern just to see what the difference is. This pattern looks great with highly variegated yarn, obviously. This is spun right round in the Graffiti colorway, and it is so fun because it's like every other stitch is a different color, which is really fun. He is kneading my legs and it hurts. The only other finished objects I have, I whipped these up because Kira's friend had a birthday, so I made Kira a little bracelet out of my hand spun, and I say that it is a finished object, but it doesn't have a button yet. But all I did, I don't even remember how many I cast on, maybe 10, and then I knit and garter for a few rows, made a buttonhole, and then I made like a border by doing garter on the edges and then stockinette on the sides. It's not very fancy, but it's pink, and I made it, so Kira loves it. And then this is for her friend. Again, we have to go get a button for it, but I made the same thing, only this one is sock weight, so it looks a little different. But that's it. I don't think I used a pattern even. Like, well, I know I didn't use a pattern. I don't know if I based it off of one or not. If you know of one that I did, better let me know so I don't steal all the glory. But I don't think I did. So that's it. My works in progress are also very slim because I was away all week. So this is one that I've been working on for, I don't know, maybe a month. I put it down and I just picked it back up the other day. This is called the Strawberry Fields Hat, and it's by Marilyn Maupin, I think is how you say it. This yarn is so Jonesy's having a heyday. This yarn is so soft and luxurious. It is Andy's 65% baby alpaca and 35% mulberry silk. Debbie Bliss of the Andes. Oh my gosh, the colorway is Andy's Denim, but it doesn't really look denim. It looks more like baby bluish than it's showing up. But this was a half skein, and then I have 2 more of these, so I think I'm probably going to end up making fingerless mitts. The pattern is a 4 pattern repeat, and although I don't really have it memorized, I haven't really tried to memorize it, so you probably could memorize it pretty easily. I'm hoping, see, I didn't swatch, but I'm hoping that it fits me. I think it will. If not, it goes to Kira. I'm pretty sure it will. I mean, look, this looks good. It's mine. And, yeah, I like that. And then the other work in progress is really not a work in progress. It is a cake of yarn. Oh my gosh. I have been wanting this cake of yarn for a long time. I don't know how long, at least a year. It is Desert Vista Dyeworks, self-striping, and I can't say it in Spanish like it's supposed to be, but it's the Day of the Dead. And I love it. I got it at the SSK market, which was, the SSK was this, a knitting retreat that happened here in Nashville this past week, and I love it. However, it requires size 1 needles. Definitely size 1 needles. I'm going to be doing the Megan Williams blurred line socks, which is really cool for self-striping yarn. I love to do self-striping yarn, and I really like just plain stockinette lots of times, but I looked at my sock drawer and the kids' sock drawer and noticed that that's all I ever do is just plain stockinette, so I'm gonna kick it up a notch. It'll be really exciting. Gonna do the blurred line socks, but it has a different heel. It has the OMG heel, which I'm excited about doing. So, oh yeah, it definitely needs size 1 needles. Size 2 needles were too holey, too lacy. And then I could probably get away with size 0, but the only size 0 needles that I have are 2 Cirques, 2 short needles, and that drives me crazy. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I have to do magic loop. And so I couldn't find any size 1 needles. So of course I had to order some more. I got some off of eBay for really cheap. They're the from the Chinese company. I don't know what they're called. I know that maybe 6 months ago I ordered a whole pack of them in various sizes, and like shipped it was less than $20. So it's a really good deal. I only ordered one, and it's not from the same company because I couldn't find it. I would think in my eBay history it would like list what I ordered, but it didn't. So I couldn't find it. But I ordered one more set of size 1 needles, and Josh was kind of funny. My husband Josh was like, well, that's weird that you don't have any of those needles because you make so many socks. And I said, yeah, that is weird. Well, not really, because I have some works in progress. And so that's why I needed to order more needles. He was confused because he thought that it meant that I needed to finish one of my works in progress. Silly boy. Nope, just needed to order more needles, which they should be here by the end of the week. Because even though they're from China, somebody else like wholesaled them from China, and they're coming, I think, from New Jersey or something. I don't know. That's a random state. I totally don't know where they're coming from other than the United States, and that I should have them at the end of the week. So next week I should be working on my Day of the Dead socks, which again are for me, even though I told Josh about 3 socks ago that the very next pair of socks would be for him. I'll get to them, I promise. And that's it. Oh, I forgot to bring over the prize drawing. I wanted to thank you all so much for entering the prize drawing on my Ravelry page, my Ravelry thread Ravelry group. There was a thread on my Ravelry group, Spartickes Dyes, and thank you for entering. I realized after last week's episode that I kind of sounded a little pitiful. I was like, please sign up because I don't think you like my yarn, and I didn't mean to sound like that. I'm sorry. You know, I've decided that everybody goes through this. I just was feeling insecure, and insecurity is not just for 6th grade girls. It's for a lot of people at different times in your life, and that's how I was feeling. And honestly, I do not feel like people don't like my yarn, and I didn't mean to get like a sympathy vote or anything from you, and I apologize if that's how I sounded. But thank you very much for entering. The winning number was, it's not on here anymore. I think it's 12. Let me see. I took a picture. Oh, it's 20. The winning number was 20. I don't know if you can see it. You can't. Look, it's right here. It says 20. Believe me. Oh, there you go. It says 20. And that happens to be Caro72. Caro72, I can't remember your first name, which, she's from Nashville. Yay! I don't think that I know you. If I do know you, I apologize because I forget Ravelry names a lot, or I forget regular names a lot, but I really don't think that we've met. But I would love to meet you. If you want me to deliver your prize in person, hey, we can meet up. Oh, sorry. Come on. Oh. We can meet up in person and we can have like a little knit night, or I can join you wherever you knit. I don't know. I have a Monday night knit night that I don't get to very often, so I'm looking for other knit nights that might work into my schedule more. So crooked. Or hey, I can mail it to you. So contact me. I'll give you about a week, and then if I don't hear from you, I will contact you myself. So congratulations, Caro72 from Nashville. Yeah, Jones is very excited about it. Now the prize drawing, the question for the thread was, sorry, I'm apologizing to myself because I clicked off the screen. There you go. Was all about my yarn club. I have a yarn club that I am doing for the months of August, September, and October. It's a holiday yarn club. And so the question was, what do you look for in a yarn club? And some of the responses were, I don't even know what a yarn club is. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it. Basically, it's like a secret surprise coming to your mailbox every month. Some clubs tell you what you're getting ahead of time. This particular club doesn't tell you what you're getting ahead of time, but it is a theme, so you can kind of get an idea since it's holiday. The holidays that we are celebrating is Adopt a Mutt month. That is a sock pattern from Sparkle Punk Lisa, and that will be delivered in August. And so you know it's a sock pattern. You'll get the pattern and the yarn, and you just don't know what colors you're getting. But based on the theme, you might be able to get a general idea of what the colors might be. The second holiday is Back to School, and that's with Heather from Highland Handmaids, Boutros Bay. And her holiday, her pattern is a pencil pouch, which I thought was really ingenious. Back to School pencil pouch. And that's going to be worsted weight. The other two are sock weight, but that's going to be worsted weight. And there's an opportunity for, like, she gives a tutorial or in the pattern on how you can personalize the pencil pouch. So that's going to be cool. And then the third one is with Sadie from Yarnivore. And she is doing a Halloween shawl. And I'm not going to tell you the color for the shawl, but I will tell you it's not going to be black and orange. And last year I did a shawl with Josh, sort of a knitter, and it was also for Halloween, and that was Pink-tober, but it's not gonna be pink and black either. So I don't know if that helps you or not, but basically this one is $35 a month. You can pay monthly, or you could pay the whole thing at once. And there is an option for a Halloween project bag for $12, which normally sells for $14. So if you want that, you can get that as well. I have decided to extend. I was going to cut it off this Thursday, but I'm not going to need to order the yarn because, I'm sorry, he does what he wants. I'm not going to order the yarn for the club quite yet because it's going to be later in the month of August that you receive it. The exact date hasn't been nailed down yet, but so I have a little more time. So I'm going to extend it so some more people can join if you want to. Go to Spartickesdyes.com. At the very top, there's a section that says sign up for the holiday club here. Or if you just go to the, excuse me, if you go to the blog portion, I think it's like the second or third entry, and that is where you can sign up as well. So you sign up, and then I send you a invoice, and you pay it, and you're in. So that is what a yarn club is. Whew. Those of you who used to watch Exchange Student Fiberland might be wondering, there is coffee in my coffee mug. No, I didn't mean to wink at you. There really is coffee. Nothing but coffee, just black coffee. Okay. Now, I'm done. No more to say. Actually, I have a lot more to say. But if you just wanted to come and hear about what I usually talk about, then that's it. I have some more news to talk about, though. So I'm going to I'm going to ramble on for a little bit about my week. I had a crazy week. So Tuesday, I'll just start with Tuesday because I recorded last Monday. Tuesday was when SSK started, the knitting retreat here in Nashville, led by the Knit Girls, another video podcast, a very big video podcast. So anyway, it was here in Nashville, and there's always a lottery to get in, and I did not get in this year. So this is the third year, and I've always gotten to go, which is awesome since it's just down the street. This year, I didn't make it off the list, and I was okay with it. I mean, I was, obviously disappointed, but I knew that I could still go and see my friends, which is really what a retreat is all about. So Tuesday, it actually started Wednesday, but Tuesday night, I had been looking on the boards, and I knew some of the people that were coming in early, and I also knew that one of the one of the ladies who was supposed to come in early was a recipient for one of my Friendship is Magic kits. If you don't know what a Friendship is Magic kit is, it is based on the theme of My Little Pony, where friendship is magic. And what I do is you purchase 2 skeins, and sometimes they're made ahead of time so you can see them, but most of the time they're not made ahead of time, and you just say, hey, MariGayle, make me 2 skeins of yarn. And I pick the colors, or you can tell me, you like these colors, you hate these colors. But a lot of times what happens is I just totally surprise you. And then if you give one of those skeins to a friend, you get a $10 discount. So it's normally $50 because $25 per skein. But if you gift that second skein to someone, then you get a discount because friendship is magic. And it's really fun because I don't write down the recipe for the yarn. So those 2 skeins are the only ones that exist in the world, and they're custom dyed just for you. Anyway, someone who went to the Zombie Knit Apocalypse bought a Friendship is Magic kit, and I delivered hers to her when I was in Minneapolis. And then the other one, her friend was coming to SSK. So I ninja stalked her, and I saw that she was going to be meeting at a pizza place, Mellow Mushroom, downtown, near Scarrett Bennett, where the SSK was. And so I took my kids out for dinner, and I saw them, and I introduced myself. I already knew some of y'all, which was so fun to see you. And then I went and I got her the kit, which was really, really fun. And I left feeling so excited and so happy because, yay, knitters are in town. And I had made plans for most of the nights. I think I had Thursday night plans and Friday night plans to meet people. Oh, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I was planning on coming back and meeting people for dinner. And so I left there all happy, brought the kids home, and I realized that I needed to get some groceries. This part's not very happy. I got the groceries and realized I left my wallet on the counter beside the self-checkout stand. So I left the grocery store, went to the car. Before I got to the car, realized what I had done. So I parked, I don't remember, I think I emptied the groceries because I didn't have very many. So I think I took the groceries out real quick, and then I ran back in, and my wallet was gone. My wallet that had some cash in it, and my keys, the only keys to our only vehicle, and Jones found I should have tucked in the cord. Sorry, it's very distracting. I'm sorry. Anyway, long story short, I ran up to the counter, and the customer service counter said, "Hey, did anybody turn in a wallet?" No, nobody turned in a wallet. They didn't look, but I said, well, it's only been 2 minutes. So in the last 2 minutes, did anybody turn in a wallet? And they said no. So I went back out to the car. I should insert here that the guy that was working the self-checkout counter drives me crazy. I cannot stand him. I'm very judgy about it. I'm sorry. But I feel like he's probably, I don't know, early 20s, and I always feel like he's checking everybody out, checking out all the girls, and he's too busy to really help me with my job, with my work, you know what I mean? I just really don't like him. And so I went, checked the car, and then I went back in, and I looked for him, and he was not helpful, as I'm sure you can imagine. And then I went back up to the front, and I said, I know I just asked you this, but can you please double check? Did anybody turn in a wallet? And they had. So in between that time, I guess, I don't know, somebody turned in my wallet, but it was opened, and they took out my cash, which I had just sold a couple skeins of yarn when I was at Mellow Mushroom. So that was the cash from that, which really sucked. But I've been paid back 100 million-fold. So don't feel bad for me. It just made for a really rough night because I felt so stupid. Why would I leave my wallet there? Why? But thankfully they returned it because, first of all, I didn't have any gas in my car. But second of all, I didn't have any keys for my car. So it wouldn't have mattered if I didn't have any gas or any access to my credit cards because I didn't have any keys. And there's only, one day I'll tell you about Boss Hog. It's our old 92 white Cadillac, and it only came with one set of keys, and we tried to get more keys, and it was a hassle. So we only had one set, and so that would have been really bad. Luckily, Kroger is only about 1.5 miles from my apartment, but it would have been 1.5 mile trek because I live up on a big hill. So it really, really sucked. So I'm really glad I got the keys back, and they didn't take the debit cards. They didn't take any of that, thankfully. And I get an email whenever they're used, and they have not been used, so they didn't copy them or anything. It just was a downer. But, excuse me, all is well. I'm fine. I'm over it. I've had, like I said, I've been paid back a millionfold. Wednesday night was, I went, oh, I forgot to tell you that Tuesday during the day before I went to meet, just do my surprise ninja skills of delivering the Friendship is Magic kit, I dropped off a bunch of yarn to Bliss Yarn, my local yarn store, and as I was dropping it off, I did not plan this, but it was really cool. I saw a bunch of people from SSK who were just getting into town. I met some people, and I already knew of some people, and it was really fun to just like walk in, and there they were, and it was fun. And so that was skipping around. I'm really bad at telling stories. I don't know if you're still sticking around. If you are, bless you, because I know I'm really bad and scattered at telling stories, but I'm going to keep telling them anyway. So then Wednesday night, I met with someone, Sandykins from Sweden, and we went out for dinner. Happened to go to Mellow Mushroom again, and I hung out with a bunch of other people that I already knew that were from SSK. It was actually the first night, and I had a great time. However, Wednesday night was the start of SSK, so that's when they had their opening ceremonies, and I had to leave because I didn't have a ticket, so I couldn't go to the opening ceremonies, and I felt really sad when I left, just because I thought I was okay with missing SSK, and then I wasn't, and I didn't like having to go back home, but I was okay. I had fun. I had fun with my family. I enjoy spending time with my family. And, but then Thursday morning, I woke up to all kinds of messages on my phone from Laura, who's one of the knit girls that was running the SSK, had left me a voicemail and said, call me right away. And I'm like, well, this is weird. I never got a emergency phone call from Laura before, but it turns out that one of my good friends who was going to SSK sadly had to leave. She got some bad news overnight, and she was already gone. By the time I got the message, she was already headed home. But that friend asked if Laura would give me her ticket. So that meant I could stay on campus, and it meant that I was invited to stay in the Grand Hall and knit with everyone. She had 2 classes, and I was able to go to both classes and eat food on campus and all of that stuff. So, wow, that was completely unexpected, and although the circumstances were sad, I'm really grateful. There's a dog outside my window, sorry. I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to go to SSK because I loved it. I loved spending time with people, and I had awesome classes, which we'll talk about in a second. And so thank you, Pam, and I'm overwhelmed by the fact that you thought of me. It's gonna make me cry. So thank you. Onto my classes. I was able to take both of Amy Herzog's classes. Herzog. The first one was modifications. Oh, they even made me a little. They made me a. I can't. It's there. We go. They made me a. What is it called? Lanyard, or it's my own. This means I could get in. But I took Mastering Mods, which is all about how to make a sweater fit your body. And then I took Fit to Flatter, which covered a lot of the same stuff, but it was telling you how to make your body type look good in whatever sweater. Like, for instance, I am a proportional, meaning like big on top, little, and then big on bottom, like hourglass figure, I guess you would say. And she was saying, like, if you are modifying your sweater, you want to change both something on the top and something on the bottom so that you, so it flows, looks better. If you're bottom heavy, you want to just kind of add to the top to make the top wider, vice versa, bottom heavy, you get it. I'm not as good of a teacher as Amy, obviously, but something that was really interesting to me that I had no idea, which I feel like I really should have known this, is that when you were measuring and you're figuring out what sweater size to make for yourself, she said to take your tape measure all the way up to your armpits, as high as it goes, and then measure. She said, you know, if you're fuller, more voluptuous, then you're going to want to maybe like push down so that only about a B cup is in the tape measure. And you're going to go from that size up here. You're not going to go across the fullest part of your bust. Your size that you start with is up here, which I thought was really interesting because I'm fuller busted, so I always go like for the fullest, for the biggest size sweater, and then go from there. Like, oh, is that the biggest? That's probably where I'm gonna be, because yeah. But that's not it at all. Like, she totally told us how to customize it, and I feel really confident. I wouldn't say I was scared of making a sweater before, because I wasn't scared. I just was overwhelmed. I didn't think that I would make it fit, so now I feel really confident that I could make it fit. And the good news is, even if you didn't take her classes or don't have her book, there is still a way to make a sweater fit you, get the custom measurements and know exactly when and where to increase and all of that stuff. If you go to customfit.makewearlove.com, you can get a pattern for $10 that's custom fit to you. Excuse me. One other thing about when you're doing increases on the sweater, which I thought was really interesting, most sweaters are like the increase row is knit one, increase, knit to the end of the row, next to the end of the row or whatever, and then increase one, and then knit the last stitch. So all the increases are up on the sides. She tells you to increase in the mid. Well, it's not in the middle. It's like a quarter. Like if here's your sweater, like quarter, and then half, and then quarter. So at the quarter marks is where you actually do your increases, because that fits your body better. So it was really interesting, and I totally recommend getting her book, which I don't have, but I want to get. And even though I have those two classes under my belt, I think my first pattern, I will go to her website and I will have them, whoever they are, the algorithm will make the measurements for me, because I think that's really cool and it gives me more confidence. So it's definitely awesome. Okay, I have a little bit more to talk about for SSK. Sorry if this is boring you. I guess if it's boring you, then you're probably not even here anymore. So, yeah. Thursday night we were walking to get ice cream, and this cat like ran out of nowhere and came up to us, and he was really friendly and really skinny and really sweet. And so I was petting on him, telling my friend Allison that he loves me and that he wants to come home with me. But we kept going, went on for ice cream, and I kept thinking about him, but he wasn't there when we came back. This was Thursday night. Friday night, he actually walked into the the Scarrett Bennett, where we were staying at, I can't even remember the name of that place, Lasky. Came into the Lasky building and was hanging out, and it seems like a lot of people saw this cat. He was, like I said, super friendly, super hungry, and when I saw him, they were kind of the security guy was trying to get him to take him outside, and I was like, no, I'm taking him home. Don't take him outside. I'm honestly, seriously taking him home. And the funny thing is, one of my friends his cat had kittens. Actually, it wasn't his cat even. It was the cat around him had kittens. and he's been trying to give them away for, I don't know how old they are now, but seems like every week on Facebook he's saying, hey, does anybody want a kitten? And then my husband Josh is tagging me and saying, hey, yes, we want a kitten. And I was like, no, we don't need any more animals. We have 2 dogs and a cat. And honestly, we're not supposed to have the cat. So we're breaking a rule already. Don't turn me in. And so I was like, no, no. But then I saw this cat and I texted Josh and I was like, hey, I'm on my way home. I'm bringing a cat. And it was meant to be. He was very excited. The kids were very excited. Right now, if you want to look on Instagram, I'm MariGayle, MariGayle. You can see some pictures of him. Since I'm using Josh's computer, I don't really know how to put my pictures on here. But they're there. Or if you do hashtag SSK 2014, I put some pictures of him there since so many people met him. A lot of people are asking how he is, so a little update. The next day, Josh and the kids took the cat, who at the time was named Peanut Mustachio, because the kids, Kira named him Peanut, Connor named him Mustachio, because he's black, and he's got little white paws, and looks like he's got a little black mustache. So, took him to the vet and got him weighed. He's 9.5 pounds, which sounds like a lot, but he's big boned and he's super skinny. They checked for a microchip, which there wasn't one. They gave him a flea bath. They gave him his first round of shots, and he's ours now. He doesn't have an official name. I want to name him Pete the Cat. If you are familiar with children's books, there's I don't know who the author is, but there's a book called Pete the Cat, and he's got white shoes, and he's groovy, and he's really cool, and I'm going to link the, maybe I'll just add the video to the end of this. I don't know if I know how to do that. If not, I'll just put a link of the video of the, it's not like a video, it's somebody reading the book, but it's got animation, so I don't know what you would call it, but Pete the Cat is adorable, and that's what I want to call him, and nobody in my house is going along with it, so maybe you guys could write them a petition or something about how cute Pete the Cat is. I was trying to think of an SSK name, but nothing really rolls off the tongue, so we might just all call him different things, and I'm okay with that. I'm calling him Pete, and Pete the Cat is doing well. He loves all of the people in my house. He's the most awesome head butter in the world. Like, he'll come up and headbutt you and love on you and purr, and he's so sweet. He's getting to know Jones. Jones doesn't love him yet, but he doesn't hate him. They're not fighting. They've eaten in this. We have the cat food and the kitty litter box. Like, we have a baby gate so the dogs don't get it. It's in my closet, and they both were eating together, not out of the same bowl, but beside each other, and they're fine. He's been staying in our bedroom. He hides under the bed, but he's not scared hiding under the bed. It's more like he's just comfortable under there, because if you go down and say, hey, come here, he'll come without no hesitation. He'll come right to you. He doesn't really love the dogs. My lovely Haku. Haku, come here. Haku loves everybody, and he wants to love Pete, and Pete doesn't want to love him, so that's going to take a little more time, but everything is good. So, I don't know, let's see. Oh, I didn't even talk about the market. The market was really awesome, really overwhelming. If you have ever gone to a fiber festival, it's not quite the same, because in a fiber festival it's more spread out and it's a lot of variety. In the SSK market, like, everybody is big time. Like, they're all big names. A lot of people know what all the yarn is. I didn't line up. I'm not really one to line up. Plus, I didn't sleep very well the night before, so I slept right until pretty much right before the market opened. But I had a lot of fun, and over time, I already showed you one thing that I got, but I'll be showing you other things that I got at the market. It was open to the public from 1 to 4, but that's when my class was 1 to 4. So I got to see a lot of my friends who are in the area that came to go shopping, but I didn't actually get to hang out with very many people, which was sad to me, but it was so I could be in an Amy Herzog class, so it was worth it. So yeah, that was it. So I'm recording today on Tuesday. I did most of my other episodes. I'm only on episode 4, so it's hard for me to say my normal schedule, but I tried to do it on Sundays, but now I think I might be doing it on Mondays. Sunday I was just kind of shell-shocked. You know, I came home late Saturday night from SSK, and I, just asleep in my own bed since Sunday was kind of the end, and I just had too much going on in my head to podcast, and then yesterday Kira was sick. She's fine. Don't worry about her. She's fine, but she was really needy and wanted either me or Josh beside her 24/7, which is fine. We were just watching TV in bed, but I wasn't recording, so that brings me to Tuesday, which I don't know, I'll either be podcasting on Sundays or Mondays or Tuesdays. I don't know. We'll see. I don't even know why I brought all that up. Yeah. Thank you so much for staying with me, if you stayed with me this whole time. I feel like I rambled, but I was rambling about fiber friends, which is fun. So, good talking to y'all, and hope you have a great week, and I will see you later. Bye.